Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of my videos. Today I wanted to do a little analysis of a game that was played between Magnus Carlsen and Vishy Anand. This was actually the position after White's 22nd move in Game 9 of the World Chess Championship match between Vishy Anand as White and Magnus Carlsen as Black. So for me, this game is actually one of my favourite games from the series between the two players. As it stands, Carlsen is a clear 2 points ahead of Anand. He only needs 1.5 points to take the title, so that means he'll just need either 3 draws or he needs 1 win and a draw to take the title. As a result, Anand's strategy is pretty clear. He must go all out against Carlsen if he wants to stay in the fight. This position is very interesting for a number of reasons. For one, Anand's attack looks very promising. His 3 pawns on e5, f5 and g5 are readying themselves for the siege on the Norwegian stronghold. Meanwhile, Black's seemingly passive position looks to be in trouble. His knight is far away from the action and his rest of the pieces seem a little bit oblivious to White's attack against his king. However, Carlsen's saving grace in this position is his pawn on b5. If used correctly, it can become a problem for White's position. That's why Carlsen plays the very strong calculated move, b3. So this ignores White's assault for now. He continues with his own counterplay. The queen came to f4, so Anand decides he must go for the kill. His queen primes herself to strike on the black king. Here Anand's plan is simple. Play the queen to the h-file and double with the rook and attack the black king. That's why in this position Carlsen plays knight to c7, another excellent move by Black. Here Carlsen moves his least active piece to defend his position. So f6 has been played and g6 again just buys a little bit of time for Black. So queen comes to h4 and now a brilliant move, knight to e8, and now this defends the position here. It holds the key square of g7, which would have checkmated the black king via these two moves here. So as a result, the attack continues for Anand. So this time he now seems, this attack just seems unstoppable. It just seems that the white rook is just going to come up to f4 and then move to h4 and then defeat Magnus Carlsen. However, again, Black comes up with a fantastic move, and it just uses the fact that in defending positions it's important to try and find as much counterplay as you can, and that's why b2 is played, a fantastic move. So just looking to just simply promote the pawn to a queen. So f4 is played with the rook. So again, continuing with that plan of just checkmating on h7. So what is Black to do in this position? Can he defend against this threat? Well, he does so by just promoting the pawn. And now White has 4 legal moves. So we'll go look at each move individually. I think let's first start with the move king to f2. This is just a bad move. I mean, it just exposes the king even more. So I think a simple continuation here would be the move queen to c2, just checking the king. And you know, I think Black can just keep checking around until he gets a nice position and defends the position. So let's say the knight moves to e2 to try and block this check and then continue with the attack. Well, Black then has an excellent move, queen to f5. Fantastic move. So to understand this position here, although it looks like Black is giving up a whole queen, keep in mind Black is actually up a queen with that promotion earlier on. So he understands that, and with this pin the rook will have to take the black queen. So after captures, the bishop takes back, and if you count the material here you'll just see that Black is simply too far ahead in this position and White's attack just simply evaporates. So let's just go back to that initial position that I showed you there. So another move that White could play is rook to f1, And again, this is just no good either. So there's two different plans here that black can play. The computer line recommends actually doing c2 and just attacking all these pawns. And yeah, that just wins. But I think the most direct way of winning is again just keeping with the same idea in the last position of just capturing the rook. So giving up a queen for a major piece to win the position. So I think that's a very direct way of winning. So what is White to do? He has two moves left that defend the position. So Anand played one of them, but it was a blunder. So in the position, the knight plays to f1. And here, Carlsen finds a fantastic move that just wins the game in one move. In fact, actually, after the move, I should say, Carlsen just resigns. Anand resigns, I should say. So, can you find the next move? I'll give you just a few moments to pause the video and see if you can find the great move. Keep in mind, in this position, black is looking to try and find a move that perhaps exchanges this queen for that rook. Okay, so the excellent move that black plays here is queen to e1. So this just defends the position so well. So now this threat of trying to get the rook to h4 just does not work. If he does try it, let's say he does go to h4, then the black queen just sacrifices itself and black defends the position. So that's why after the move, queen to e1, obviously if white just does nothing, he's up a queen. Black is just up a queen, so in this position, Anand just resigns. So if I'm going back to this position here, the last move that is playable and actually would still give a good game for both players is bishop to f1. The best move, but actually black can still hold the position after another excellent move, and that's same idea, queen to d1. So looking to defend the position by going to h5. So if rook came to h4, so just threatening mate in 1 here, queen to h5, and after knight captures, it looks like white's attack is still on here. After captures, uh-oh, what do I do about this pawn? But because this pawn captured this this way, black can now defend the position with the bishop. Fantastic, it just saves the day. And even moves like g6 to try and maybe pry open the position just doesn't work. The black bishop just comes back and defends it all. Furthermore, if let's say instead of g6, let's say white's bishop comes to h3 to try and pry the bishop away from the defense, again, same idea here. Bishop just comes back to g6 and defends it all. Black's position is safe. It's actually still roughly equal. Black is slightly better in this position, but it's still quite a far long away from a decisive advantage for both players, as white does still have this huge attack, but black is up a whole minor piece in the exchange. In fact, actually a whole minor piece for 2 pawns. So it's still a playable position for the two players. But I think it is a beautiful position. I mean, if I just go back to all the way to the beginning here, I mean, it just looks like black's position is in so much trouble here, and this is why I loved this game so much. It just looked like Anand was going to win this game outright, but the move b3, just excellent, absolutely fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. In this video, I suppose we just learned a little bit about defense, how to find counter-attacks in position when you're defending, and how to just stay cool when you're under a huge assault like Carlsen was in this position. And also we learned a little bit about calculating and the importance of seeing a few moves ahead. Carlsen, I think, even though it looked like Carlsen just suddenly defended these positions with like knight going there, in reality Carlsen probably calculated this all and knew that he was going to defend the position. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll end this video now with some video reactions of Vishy and Anand after the blunder. Thank you very much. Bye bye.